Hello, my name is Emudiaga Ericson, and I am presenting my analytics on the project of flight analytics for airline for the US.air travel. The data was presented to me by Quantum Analytics, and it was an extremely rough data as presented, containing timestamps of all different sorts, null values. The data is generally rough in nature, but with the aid of utilizing Power Query editor, the data was cleaned efficiently for the sake of this analysis. And the overall goal of this analysis is to derive insights as to delayed flights in the US.air travels. So the total number of flights that was observed in this data was 5.82 million total flight observations. And from that, we're able to derive that on an average, arrival delay is 20 minutes, implying that most of the flights arriving were delayed for about 20 minutes. And from there, we also discovered that based on the available data, the average departure delay is 15 minutes, which indicates that in any flight possibly leaving the airports evaluated, we expect that the flights will be delayed for about 15 minutes and thereabout. Then, so from the study also, we also found out that the total flights that have been cancelled in all of the airports are 89,884 flights cancelled so far. And we also observed that flights, according to months, that most of the flights are in the year 2015, most of the flights were much in the month of July, followed by the month of August with about 500 and with about 510,000 flights, March about 500,000, and the rest. And the lowest flight traffic was observed in the month of February, having about 430,000 flights recorded. And we also found that most of the flights, according to weekdays, are people prefer the flights are usually booked for Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Thursdays, and lesser flights are usually experienced in Fridays during the weekdays. Then in the total cancellation, we noticed that from total flights by month, February had the least number of flights, and February also indicated to have the months where most flights were cancelled in the year 2015. And January also had the second to the least, to the highest cancellation by month, while September appears to be the month where least flights were cancelled. Then thereafter, we went to evaluate the data to derive insights as to understand the percentage of flights delayed in the year 2015 as observed in the data. Then from the analysis, it was discovered that 49.63% of all flights have been delayed so far, implying that most of the flights in the airports evaluated delay flight for close to 50% of the time, implying that in every flight there seems to be a delay in every flight planned. There seems to be a delay in the flights. Then we also evaluated that from having detected that most of the flights are being delayed, we wish to understand the airport that has the highest delay departure. Then it was revealed that the Wellington Airport has the highest delay time. Then the Martha's Vineyard Airport is next to the Wellington Airport, and this is indicating that the Wellington Airport experienced the highest delay in flights in the year 2015. Then in understanding the the reason for canceling the flights, it was observed that most of the flights were cancelled due to weather conditions, then others were cancelled due to the national air system, while few others were cancelled due to the airline and the airline or carrier cost. Then we also found that based on the delayed departure, which of the airlines delay the most? Because we've already discovered that the Wellington Airport has the most delayed flights, and in this result, we also found out that the Spirit Airlines delay more flights, followed by the Frontiers Airlines Incorporated. These are the departure delay by the airlines. Then in all of this, we also want to understand which months of the year experience more delayed departure. Then we found out that the month of July also been recorded to have the month which had the highest total flight experience with over 520,000 flights. In all of the 520 total flights in the month of July, it was recorded that about 516,000 of those flights were delayed, which accounts for about 90% of the flights in the month of July being delayed. Then in the month of August, being the second highest month where flights were undertook, we also found out that out of the 510,000 flights, 506,000 of them were delayed. Down to the month of February, where we have 430,000 flights, 409,000 of the 430 flights were delayed, also implying that from this analysis, it is we derive the insight that most of the flights in all of the airports in the US.air travel are delayed for about 90%, and the expected departure delay time is 15 minutes. Thank you very much.